Hello and welcome to another episode of SVSTM, where we talk about things that are so very special to us. One thing that's been really going into my head is, something that really started my journey. I know a lot of you are fans of The Lion King. Came out a long time ago. One of the things that really stuck out in that movie, besides watching it literally over 100 times, was when Simba was having a hard time, struggling, watched his dad die, he got removed, he was scared, he was a little cub, he was weak, and he felt powerless, so he left and he went to the desert, and luckily he was saved by Timon and Pumbaa, and he grew up there. He spent all his childhood and mid-years growing up, and he turned into an adult. And throughout that time, throughout that journey, he didn't realize how strong he became. He didn't realize that all the trials and tribulations prepared him for pretty much taking over the pride or whatever. And so Nala came and not rescued Simba, but reminded him what was so important. And the thing about this experience that brings out a lot of my, I think, thirst for knowledge and studying is when Rafiki was talking to Simba and told him, some of his quirks, his play on words, and he got to talk to his dad. Started chasing Rafiki, and then he looked in the water and started talking, see the reflection of his own father, and Simba starts running and seeking his father, and his father slowly disappears in the clouds, and he says, "Remember who you are." See, I think a lot of us forgot who we are. I can speak for myself the most, but we're created by an intelligent being, by an intelligence. Okay? We're created after his or their design. Dude, this machine that we drive is just a machine. I wish I could have chosen the machine. I would have been a little bit taller. Would have jumped into a wealthier family line, but whatever. We don't get to choose that, but we all have an opportunity every day to do what drives us, do what we love, do what we enjoy. And if any of you out there feel like you have to share something, even if you don't get big, when you're talking, you're able to get clarity on whatever it is you're searching for. For me, I want to communicate with like-minded people so I can dive deeper into just like knowledge and understanding and growth. Like, man, the stuff people are complaining about these days is insane. If you live in the United States, 375 million of us, you have nothing to complain about. And if you're living in an impoverished neighborhood, you have an opportunity to leave. You don't have to live there. You can move. You can straight up move somewhere, and there's programs that will help you. Trust me. But we all want to do things our way. Every single one of us. That's 375 million different ways just in the United States. But there's a big divide financially. Success, it shouldn't be measured by finances, but this day and age, that's what it's measured in for most people. But for me, success is measured in how happy am I today? How happy are my relationships? How am I doing as a father, a husband, in that case, I feel pretty successful, but like today, I was just struggling emotionally because I don't get to see my son as often as I'd like to, every other weekend, all summer, spring break, stuff like that. But he's at the age where he needs my guidance. And it's overwhelming because I have to change so much or help change so much in the fraction of the time that I have. And it's very stressful. So I'm going to use my communication skills and see if I can get more time with him so I can make more of an impact. But I want to extend a challenge to anyone out there that's listening and wants answers, truly wants answers. Like, number one, what are you struggling? What are you struggling in? For me, I'm a big worrywart. I worry about a lot of things, mainly my health. And it puts me into a whirlspin that I start to worry, I start to panic, and I remove all my production. So, along my journey, I was introduced into a method that is, number one, read, listen, and associate. So I read positive books. I listen to positive information, whether it be leadership, principle-based, family, husband, spiritual. And I associate around people that I want to be around. People that are like-minded, whether it be fitness or spiritual, financial. Honestly, I'm a huge factor I'm a huge statistic when they say your income will become the average of the 5 best friends you have. Dude, this last year, me and my wife have made more ever. And that's because we've been associated with different people. Like, if you start to associate with people and you notice they speak ill of you behind your back, that's not the kind of people you want to be around. And the Lion King, I know I'm bringing it back, but when Mufasa said, "Remember who you are," I want all of us to remember who we are. We're a beautiful design. We have so much potential. I was watching National Geographic's Brain Games. It's a really good series on showing you how your brain works. Pretty much, we don't see colors. We see what the color's not absorbed or whatever. Our brain deceives us. Our eyes deceive us. Our ears deceive us. But in this world that we live in, there's truths, there's laws, there's principles that are undeniable. Most of us only learn to the extent to be able to point a finger at something. See, most of us, we don't want to point the finger at ourselves. And I mainly say this for myself. For me, I have all the knowledge I need. I know how to communicate to people. I know how to talk. But for me, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel worthy of sharing information. I don't feel worthy of blessing people's lives, because the world has told me I am not financially successful enough to be able to share this information. I'm not a multimillionaire. I don't have crazy amounts of money. I'm still middle class. But I feel like I can share a little bit of insight in the world. See, there's this technique that I use on my son. When I was young and I had emotions, I had feelings, no one ever really walked those feelings and emotions, walked me through them. For instance, fear. When I experienced fear, my body would go into a panic. Everybody would just tell me, toughen up, blah, blah, blah. But what I do for my son is, number one, I tell him to take a deep breath, because that resets everything. And from doing jiu-jitsu, it really helps you focus, and it gets clarity into what's really going on. Is it something to... Are you in danger, or are you afraid of something? Danger, like Will Smith said, danger is very real. Fear is in the mind. Fear is something we fabricate. Danger is real. It's going to be interesting to see the development of these videos getting better with intros and music in the background and whatnot, but it's going to be cool seeing from raw form to what we have right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And one of the Goliaths I am struggling with is consistency and action. And so right now, what I'm doing right now, making this video, it is amazing because I'm doing something. I'm making a video. Who cares if it's the worst video in the world? I made it. Who cares? Those are baby steps. Those are baby steps I'm willing to take. I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to do this because I want to succeed. I want to provide something of value in the future to someone that I could possibly change their life, because I decided to make a video today that I got better in time and everything. My influence spread, blah, blah, blah. But because I made this second video, and then I'll make another video. And then once I introduce more people and have conversations with people, it's going to be a really cool YouTube channel. So that's about everything I have today. I want to keep it to 15-minute videos. I am excited to introduce one of my guests. I believe not the next, but the fourth video. I wish we're going to be introducing a young lady, and we're going to figure out what's so very special to her and what experience she has to share with the world. And so, thank you so much for watching. Excited to hear some of the comments, feedback. Leave whatever you want. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Till the next one.